It's been a week since I received the HTC Vive I pre-ordered and paid for with my hard-earned cash. This is obviously an opinion piece, so stop viewing if you just want raw statistics and a balanced view. I'm not going to pretend that there was much science behind my buying decision. However, that should not stop you from using your head more than your heart. To provide some context, I already have an Oculus DK1 and DK2. I also had a PC, which was sufficient to run earlier experiences designed for those two headsets. In terms of current VR devices, I was not really that interested in the mobile offerings. These are reserved for those who are looking to make money by selling VR applications, or those who only wish to dip their toe into the world of VR, who are looking to have a go, not really for those who are looking for a deeper involvement. If you've been following the VR resurgence for the last few years, then the mobile devices will probably just bore and disappoint. Here's a good test. Does this graph excite you? If it doesn't, then forget about the mobile devices for now. The first choice for people like us right now, in 2016, is HTC Vive or Oculus CV1. I've been lucky enough to try both headsets with controllers a number of times, with a number of different games and experiences. As far as I'm concerned, both headsets are similar in that they offer an audience the opportunity to try mind-blowing and inspirational experiences beyond anything you've ever seen before. Sure, the CV1 is lighter, and the HTC Vive has a front-facing camera, and there are other technical differences too, but these differences matter little when you compare them to what else is available. These differences also begin to matter less when I consider that I'm buying something that's going to become obsolete in about a year or two anyway. These devices are not going to become family heirlooms. It's probably healthier to see this purchase for what it really is, a lease of a piece of technology that will become pretty much obsolete in about 12 to 18 months. Nothing lasts forever, and these devices are a bit of a mayfly even in the fast-moving world of technology. So what were the main differentiators for me? There were two. Firstly, it felt like there was little point in buying a new headset unless it had controllers and I could walk around. All of the wow experiences that I've had in recent months required controllers and a playing area that was bigger than my chair. The HTC Vive was the only one with controllers, and these are included with all HTC Vive devices. They're the only ones who are officially endorsing movement beyond the chair. This also means that developers for HTC Vive can be sure that the users will have virtual hands in their experience. This is a big deal. There should be a lower chance of hands being an afterthought in HTC Vive experiences, in theory. In short, to borrow from a slightly annoying marketing phrase, two-handed users who can move around in a play area will be first-class citizens on HTC Vive. Secondly, from a desirability point of view, the nail in the coffin for Oculus was my desire to maintain a rounded knowledge of VR, plus I wanted to know what Valve were going to do next. I didn't care so much about HTC, to be honest. Valve's involvement in the HTC Vive's development just made it feel a little more exciting. VR is still very much a fertile ground for innovation, and those who take the biggest risks will see the biggest disasters. But they will also see the biggest rewards, so why not take a roll of the dice? After deciding that I wanted an HTC Vive, I needed to make sure that I could handle some showstoppers. To get the most out of the HTC Vive, you need enough money to buy the HTC Vive, plus other things without incurring the pain of long-term debt. The device alone will cost £750. That's just over $1,000 at today's exchange rate. And even if you can afford it, there may be better ways to spend your cash. Also, don't forget about the software. The current HTC Vive includes a games bundle. Tilt brush, fantastic contraption, and job simulator. Plus, there are many free things that you can do. There are free demos, and the best one is Valve's Labs. You build your own environments using UE4, watch movies and YouTube on a theatre-sized screen from your sofa, run many existing PC games in theatre mode, and on, but you'll most probably still want to have enough to spend on new software in the long run. You need space. For many people, this is going to be a showstopper. Just look at the HTC Vive setup video in the description. It has everything you need to know. Room scale setup needs a minimum play area of 2 meters by 1.5 meters. Look at this controller. In the heat of the moment, I smacked it against the wall when I tried to throw a knife at a killer robot in Budget Cuts. My body was within my play area, but my hand extended beyond the area when I chose to carry out my deadly attack. Set aside some money for bits and pieces as well. For example, I use an existing camera tripod to mount one of my base stations. How are you going to mount your units? Do you have the tools? Plan. You may also want to consider buying additional bits and pieces for personal cable management, for example this kind of thing. Lastly, you need a PC that has the muscle to run experiences. Here are the recommended specs. You can use Valve's Steam VR performance test tool to see if your PC will do the job. My existing PC failed this test and I had to buy a new GTX 970 graphics card to make it pass the bar. In the UK right now, that's another 270 quid for an MSI card. So, after a week of usage, do I regret buying the Vive? No, I do not. Sure, I'm £1,000 down and better resolution, lighter headset and more room would improve things further. However, some of the experiences are astounding and I feel privileged to have a glimpse into the future. If you want to find out more about the HTC Vive, then please do subscribe. In the next videos, we'll be talking about how Steam VR works, how various games and demos and experiences run on the Vive, the use of photogrammetry in VR, building VR in VR, etc. Thanks so much for listening and I hope to catch you next time.